Welcome to grammar. We are going to be talking about negatives this week. We have a couple of things to do today, so I'm going to go ahead and teach you first and then give you reader's notebook pages to let you work on these things even further and learn on your own with your learning adult. So first thing we're going to do is talk about contractions with not. A word that makes a sentence mean no is called a negative. Now, a contraction made with a verb and the word not is a negative contraction. The apostrophe will take the place of the letter O in each contraction with not. All right, so here is the example. There weren't many women in the Wyoming Territory in 1869. To identify a contraction with not, I ask the thinking question. What word is a contraction made with the verb and the negative word not? Now, the contraction weren't is a combined form of the verb were and not. All right, let's work through more of these. Wyoming was not a state until 1890. We're going to write the contraction for the underlined words, making a negative contraction. So what is was not as a contraction? Remember, we're taking out the O. That's where our apostrophe goes. Okay, you'll have to not mind my terrible handwriting on the computer. All right, was not becomes wasn't. I told you it's rough. There's the apostrophe where the O was, and then the T. Wasn't is our new contraction. The Wyoming Territory did not include Colorado. All right, what does did not become when it's written as a contraction? We had did, that stays the same. It becomes didn't. Here's our N, our apostrophe takes the place of our O, and the T. Didn't. Let's do one more. Gold, sorry, I can read. Gold has not been found in Wyoming until 1842. What is had not if we write it as a contraction? Becomes hadn't, right? So we have our base word or our verb hadn't. So there's our apostrophe and a T. All right. If you'd like to pause the video, you need further practice, work on 4 through 8 with your learning adult, but you will have a reader's workbook page here in a couple minutes to further practice this. So we know that a word that makes a sentence mean no is called a negative. Now there are words like nobody, not, nowhere, and never. Those are also negatives. Okay? A positive sentence can be changed to have a negative meaning. All right? So here is the positive. Here's the positive. I will vote on Tuesday. And the negative is I will not vote on Tuesday. To make a positive sentence have a negative meaning, I need to ask this thinking question. What word will change the sentence to have a negative meaning? Does the sentence still make sense? The word not here changes the meaning to negative, and the sentence still makes sense. Okay, so we're going to do a few of these examples before I show you your 2 reader's notebook pages, one with contractions and one using these negatives. So let's just talk about everyone was at the polling station today. How could we change that so that it has a negative meaning? How about nobody was at the polling station today? Would that make sense? Yeah. How about all votes will be counted? How could we make that a negative? How about no votes will be counted? Women could vote before 1920. Women could not vote before 1920. If you need further practice with your learning adult, you may work through 4 through 8. You can pause the video and join me when you're done. If you're ready to work on the reader's notebook pages and practice this on your own, then keep watching. So, starting on page 295 in your reader's notebook, here is how you will practice and take contractions with not even farther on your own. You will write the contraction for the underlined word or words in each sentence, just like we did in the part of this video where I was teaching and walking through it with you. All right, so are not becomes aren't. Remember, the O is replaced with an apostrophe, and you will write it on the line. Then to practice using negatives, page 296, use a negative to change the meaning of the sentence from positive to negative, and then write the negative sentence on the line below. All right, again, all the information about using negatives and your thinking question are right here. Number 1, anybody in the 5th grade can run for class president. How would you change that to make it a negative? How about nobody in the 5th grade can run for class president? That would definitely change it to a negative. All right, and then you're going to work through the rest of this page, and then you will be done with grammar. It feels good, doesn't it?